Do you ever feel like you're lacking confidence in your life? You have some limiting beliefs, some fears, self-doubt, maybe some negative thoughts that are running through your mind a lot? Well, in this video, we're going to be breaking down 3 powerful ways you can increase your confidence and generate more confidence in your life. My name is Michael Berezny, founder of Mindset University, and in this video, we're specifically talking about courageous confidence, which is the 4th step in the unlimited motivation formula. Adopt a courageous and confident attitude. So, what does it actually take to generate more confidence? Well, first, it's important to understand what confidence really is. I think that sometimes there's this misconception about confidence. People think like, oh, confident people are just like some big macho person that walks around and they have this, this high energy, which is true to a point, but you can have some sort of cockiness or some sort of high energy, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're truly confident with who you are as a person. If you look at a lot of famous people and celebrities, a lot of them, they may get really far in their career, but they never actually generated that self-confidence, that self-love, because they never celebrated their successes along the way. They measured their success through external rewards or validations, but not internal. So we're really gonna be focusing on self-mastery in this video because that's really ultimately what self-confidence is about. And it's more of a demonstration, something that you actually demonstrate in life, and it's not necessarily a feeling. While you can feel confident, that's definitely something you feel, it's an emotion, but it really is a demonstration. So the first out of the 3 is going to be about attitude. Everything comes down to a conscious decision. Your attitude. How are you showing up in the world? Like right now in this video, how am I showing up? I had to set my intentions before I actually came in here. I started recording this video because I don't want to just go through the motions where I'm recording a video and I have no clarity on who I actually am and who I want to be. When I was going into this video, I'll even share with you to get real meta here. I said that, of course, number 1, I want to be confident. Number 2, I wanted to be humorous, so hopefully throughout the video I can incorporate a little humor. I have no idea if I'll be funny or not, but hopefully I can execute on that. And then the 3rd one is I wanted to be charismatic. I wanted to just be my warm, charming self where I can just feel free to express who I really am and to teach the way that I want to teach without the fear or the limiting beliefs or the self-doubt that I'm not able to actually teach at that level. Confidence, to define it first, is really just your belief in your ability to figure things out. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your skills? Do you believe in who you are as a person? So for me, going into this video, I have the confidence in the knowledge and in the expertise of all the things that I studied, but I need to continue to teach and put myself out there more to develop more mastery, because the more competent you come at something, the more confidence you develop. So going back to the clarity part and the part about your attitude, how are you showing up in the world? When you go to work, do you actually set your intentions to go to work with joy or with energy? Or do you want to be curious? Do you want to be empathetic? There are so many times because I'm a teacher, and when I go into work and I go into school, there are so many times I see people go into work and they're just like, oh, it's Monday, I can't wait for the weekend. It's like, how are you not showing up excited about your job, excited about your career, yet you're walking around and you don't have that clarity or that intention of who you actually want to be? Because that's the biggest mistake so many people make. They don't set their intentions on their attitude and who they want to be. So an exercise you can even do in this video, set 3 words that describe your best self. What kind of character do you want to demonstrate? When you're out with your friends, if you're out on a date, with your family, when you're with your coworkers, how do you want to interact within those conversations and in those relationships? Going into many conversations, something I'll tell myself often is I want to be curious. I want the other person to know that I'm caring and that I really care about what's going on in their life, and I want them to know that I'm listening and that I'm empathetic, because people love to talk. You can sit there and if you're having a conversation with someone, you just ask them a bunch of questions, they'll just keep talking and talking and talking because people love to talk about themselves. And I love to listen. So sending that intention, I'm way more clear and it gives me more confidence where I can go into social conversations and just know I can kill it. I can be talking to a millionaire, I can be talking to a student, I can be talking to anybody, and I've overcome some of my own introverted social anxieties because I set my intentions on who I want to be. So that's the first step when it comes to really developing that self-mastery. If you identify, okay, who do I want to be as a person? And if you can get clear on that, you're going to have way more confidence in who you actually are. Now, the second step is to actually take action on what that clarity word is or what those clarity words are for you. Because if you don't take action, nothing's gonna happen. You can think about it all you want. Like you can go into a networking event, you can go into work, you can go into a classroom, and you can start thinking, you know what? Yeah, I wanna be cool today, or I wanna be funny, or I wanna be charismatic, or I want to be charming, whatever it is. But if you don't actually demonstrate that, going back to what confidence is, really a demonstration, if you don't take the action towards it, then you're not actually going to feel that way. All right, so that's an important step. You may be thinking, okay, well, it seems obvious if you set the intention, then you may take the action, but that's not always necessarily true. So by taking action, I like to say imperfect action is better than no action at all. So for example, going into this video, hey, I want to be kind of funny and humorous. Am I doing a good job of that? Probably not. But as long as I get one little joke, if you're watching this and I kind of make you smile a little bit, that's okay for me. Because for me as a teacher, I know the power of using humor and having fun in education. Throughout my career as a math teacher, always do math games, always trying to incorporate fun activities to make my students have fun when they're learning. So for me, I'm trying to transfer that through online video. But that's a skill you gotta continue to develop. And people may be afraid or not have the confidence in themselves because they're not taking that consistent action. So whatever it is for you, if you wanna get really good at something, you don't have to be perfect, but continue to take that action towards whatever intentions it is that you're setting for yourself, whatever that attitude is for yourself. If you continue to take action towards that, you're going to develop way more confidence. Like we said before, the confidence loop, the more confident you get at something, the more confidence you have. And another small little distinction before we move on to the next point here, a lot of people will associate their own confidence with themselves with a skill. You may not be good at math, for example. A very classic example, a lot of people say, oh, I suck at math, I'm so bad at math, I'll never be good at math, which is a limiting belief, right? Because it's a skill that anybody can learn. And I'm sure at some point in your life, you have gotten better at something that you actually applied more action towards, you put in more work to study and learn, and the more you did that, you actually got better at it. So people will associate themselves, their identity on who they are as a person, or what they're capable of with the skill. But if you haven't actually put in the time or effort to get better at that skill, then of course you're not going to have that high level, but people will associate their self-worth with that. So the key distinction here is to separate the skill in yourself and understand that you as a person, remember, confidence is the belief in your ability to figure things out. You'll be able to figure out how to solve that math problem with enough practice, enough competence. Now the third thing, which really puts all of this together, when you're talking about, okay, how can I generate more confidence in my life, more self-confidence in who I am on this road to self-mastery, is alignment. If you don't have the alignment between your attitude and your clarity and who you want to be, and then with the actions that you take, you're not going to have that strong sense of alignment, congruency in life, where you feel like you're in harmony. Because you can have intentions to be like, okay, you know what, I want to be a kind person. But not everybody's a kind person. You may think that, but are you actually demonstrating kindness? A lot of people, they'll set out their intentions of like, hey, I want to be a leader. And then they may not always demonstrate that because of their misconception of what leadership is. Maybe they try too hard to manage. Once again, I've seen this a lot with my students, and this is where, you know, the growth and the learning happens of character development, building that, where a student may be like, I want to be a leader, and then they work in a small group of people, and they're just bossing everybody around. They're like, Mr. B, John isn't doing any work, or this or that. It's like, well, you're putting so much pressure on him, you're kind of micromanaging him, saying, do this, do that, and you can tell through his body language, he just feels kind of, you know, just off-put a little bit. He has no control, no autonomy or self-efficacy. He doesn't have the freedom to explore what he wants to do and contribute in the project. So some people may be like, okay, I want to be a leader, but they're not demonstrating that leadership. You get it? So in terms of alignment, it's really important to understand that if you set these intentions for yourself on who you want to be, how you want to interact, who you want to serve, what's your mission, what's your purpose, things of that nature, and then you actually take action that's in alignment with that, That is how you get that strong sense of confidence with yourself and with who you really are. When you put all those three things together, it may sound so basic, but common sense isn't always common practice. A little accountability check right now. How often are you actually setting your intentions? Before you film a video, before you go to work, before you go out on a date, before you spend time with your friends or family, before you go out to dinner, whatever it is, are you actually setting your intentions? When you go to the gym, are you saying to yourself, I'm gonna go to the gym and get a good workout in, I'm gonna see this like I'm training, I'm getting after it? Or you're going through the gym, kind of going through the motions, where maybe you do an exercise and then you're texting on your phone for 5 minutes and then you go back to the exercise. That was just 5 minutes of a break. You don't need that much time of a break, but if you don't set your intentions, you're not gonna be as focused. Accountability check. How often are you taking action on that stuff? If you set your intentions, okay, I'm going into the gym, I'm gonna have the best workout I've ever had, next 45 minutes, I'm gonna put in the work, and then you actually take the action to really be deliberate about that. And accountability check one more time. How often are you in alignment with those two different things? Right, because once again, you may have the intentions, but you're not always taking the action. And if you have that triangle right there, and you continue to practice on a regular basis, and you think about confidence through this different mindset, right? Try to shift your perspective on what confidence really is. And when you start walking around, because yeah, I can give you tips on like, okay, confidence is to walk around with a straight back. Okay, yeah, that's important and that's great, but we're trying to break down the mindset here in a little bit of a different framework in terms of self-mastery. And if you do these three things consistently over and over and over again to really make it a mental habit and an actual practical habit in your life, you're gonna see way more confidence and you're going to feel more confident as well. All right, quick recap of the three things that you can do to generate more confidence. Number one is attitude. Confidence all comes down to attitude and making a conscious decision of setting your intentions of who you want to be, how do you want to show up in the world, what do you want to serve, how do you want to interact with different people. The second thing is action. Are you actually taking action on those intentions? Are you showing up as the person that you set out to be? Or are you just thinking about it and you're not really taking action towards it? And then the third one that puts it all together is alignment. Are you actually in alignment with your clarity words and with who you want to be, your character, and what your intentions are? And are you actually taking action on those intentions? Because you can set your intentions but not necessarily take the action. You can have the action going through the motions of life but not really being clear or intentional about how you want to grow or how you want to show up. So the key to all of this is really being in alignment with those different things, and that is how you can generate more self-confidence in your life. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna be putting out more videos just like this, and leave a comment below. Let us know which one really resonated with you, which one you found most helpful, and feel free to check out more content at mindsetuniversity.org, and we'll see you in the next video.